The winner of this one will represent the AFC in Super Bowl 54. And away we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Set 50, plant. 54 miles. It's time to win. It's time to win.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5. On second down, a run with Lindsay. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys will take over. At the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I don't even know why this team should. Back. Kill. Hey.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Both 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Boston Scott, his first carry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Jim. No spacing.
Here's Muhammad. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
He's coming, he's coming. He's two. Check safety, check safety. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check. Jack 16. Check hot route. Hot, hot. Black and burn.
On second down, Muhammad. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Black 20. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Roethlisberger keeps it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger taking it in, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Javon Hargrave breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. A good return there, 17 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On 2nd down now, Muhammad. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Roethlisberger. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
To number 14. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7.
44. Hey, watch the slant. Go. Mike, hey.
Now Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd down, Muhammad. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180. Hey, alert. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. I got you, punk. 47's the mic.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. The Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run with Muhammad. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Middle.
Now a give, right side. Muhammad, and he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Hey, check 24.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
70, Indy.
On 3rd down, block. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Forced out to his left. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
After the turnover, here's Locke. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Coming to you. No spacing. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, high 7.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC championship. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
We own them.
They'll run on 1st down. Muhammad, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the double. Hey,
Here's Scott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here we go on 4th down. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Quarter. No. Middle. Watch the twist.
On the carry, it's Muhammad. And he went nowhere. He'll his yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. On second down, Muhammad, space to maneuver at the 40. And down to the 19-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 19-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check 4, check 4. Check. Double bump. Out. No spacing.
On first down, Scott. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Brings up second and 11 at the 20-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. A quick throw complete to Washington. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Easy. These 2.
They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. To throw here, Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Check it back. No foul. Hey, alert 3. Check 3. SOS.
61, matchbox, light.
On the carry, this is Scott. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th and goal.
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Boston Scott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they're really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Hey, wahoo!
To throw on third down. Lock. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Hey, Zoo!
They'll go for it. It's locked. And it is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Sack! 180. Easy, easy.
Hey, let's go. It's our field.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
I'm coming after you. 47.
Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. Johnson was the intended receiver. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Lock. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Cameron Hayward able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Broncos on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ryan Shazier. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Now Locke. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. The offense on third down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. Able to hit his tight end, Grimble. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. Roethlisberger now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. They don't need to run another play here. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
This is taken at the 3. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
It's caught by Sanders. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on second down. Lock. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Lock going to try and throw on third down. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Lock to throw for it on 4th. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Artie Burns. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Montez Sweat in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. On third and long, it's Lock. And the pressure gets to him again. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. Lock going to go on 4th down. Well, that's complete to Sanders. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Who's 30?
Mike 34, Mike 34.
Right here, right here.
Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Clock will try again on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame.
Leo!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Get that ball. Get that ball. Begin.
On 4th down, Lock. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Lock now, 6 of 17 throwing the ball, only 35%, but he does have a 1st and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. I'm coming for you. You mine. 20.
Hey!
25. Check 25.
Speed grip.
One final try for Locke. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
You got tight.
Go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. Really a great season. Not a whole lot to hang their head about.
Not at all. And, you know, the winning side, they're so ecstatic. They're going to the Super Bowl. But for the guys that we're talking about, they've got to figure out how it's going to go next year. Are they going to be motivated by this loss? Or will this loss linger and really make them, make it tough for them to come out of the gate strong next year? Only time will tell. But they've got to find a way to use this loss and use it as motivation.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.